We have started a wonderful series that is basically empowering the education system while empowering the educators, the teachers, the trainers. And today, in the same series, we come to the next episode where we have got Professor Satinder Dhiman visiting us from the Woodbury University, Burbank, California. Professor Saab, once again, a hearty welcome to you and a very happy new year.
Thank you, sir.
And a happy new year to our viewers also, and particularly our teachers across the entire country. Now, Professor Saab, you were talking about some, yesterday when we were deliberating with each other while walking, you were telling some facilitation strategies. What exactly and what relevance and what context it has got with regard to educator or education system?
Sharma Saab, the facilitation methodologies or strategies are directly relevant to what the topic that we are deliberating on. Why?
Empowering teachers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because if we want to empower our teachers, the very first step is the content.
Content.
What is the content of education?
Okay.
You want to make tomato soup. What do you need? You need tomatoes.
Yeah.
So you want to empower the teachers, but we are going to empower them through knowledge. Empowerment is not just empowerment for namesake. Empowerment through knowledge.
Through knowledge.
Empowerment through real strategies, best practices, which other institutions, other countries, other research bodies have already proved. In that context, I was mentioning facilitation methodologies or strategies. There are, traditionally speaking, when we talk about within the education arena, we talk about andragogy, we talk about pedagogy, we talk about learner-centered education. All of those are strategies about theory and practice of education or learning.
Pedagogies we have heard quite a bit, but andragogy is not much.
Sure. Let me define those terms precisely for our viewers, so that I remember a French author, Voltaire, said that, first of all, let's not discuss anything. But if discussion is inevitable, let's define our terms. So I'm defining my terms.
Okay. So let's start with pedagogy.
Pedagogy.
Yeah.
The word pedagogy means the art and science, the theory and practice of learning or education.
Okay.
And it is the very basic, it is the starting point. When we talk about andragogy, andragogy, the word andra comes from Greek word, which means basically man or means adult.
Yeah.
So it means the theory and practice of adult learning.
Okay.
Andragogy. Pedagogy is a generic term which talks about the word peda is from the word foot. Same language, our language, pad, pad, and peda.
Okay.
So see the similarity in languages.
Yes.
It basically means somebody who has just started to walk towards the shrine of education.
Okay.
So it is the beginning part, and andragogy is a mature part, in which when we talk about adult learner, we are focusing on the learner. What has been happening is in the andragogy, people have been focusing more on the theory and practice of teaching or learning or education per se, without paying much regard to the learner. Whereas the learner is the most important part of the teaching equation.
So you mean to say that there was more emphasis on how to teach, what to teach, then basically focusing on the person to whom you are going to teach and understanding from their perspective.
Right.
Okay.
In addition to that, the focus was on the teacher as the custodian of knowledge, as the imparter of knowledge. But now in the andragogy and in the learner-centered approaches, the emphasis has shifted to the learner itself. So when we talk about the modern techniques in which we talk about active listening, active learning, we talk about the learner. We talk about learner-centered teaching, learner-centered instruction. Why so? Because in the learning, learner is the most important thing. I would like to quote a world-renowned expert, Patricia T. Cross. She was a distinguished professor at UC Berkeley at one time, and a world-renowned, established scholar in the theory and practice of learning. She used to say that while learning has many purposes or objectives, teaching has only one objective. While learning has many objectives, teaching has only one
objective.
And what is that? To cause learning.
Okay.
See the beauty of it.
Okay.
It is not to teach, but to cause learning. A teacher is somebody who is like a catalyst. In chemistry, catalytic agent is something which speeds up the chemical action without undergoing any change itself. So a teacher is one who speeds up the learning process. That's all.
And learner has got many facets.
Learner has got many purposes and many different styles.
Mhm.
But teacher has only one objective, how to cause learning.
Okay.
This is called learner-centered approach.
Okay.
And we will deliberate more on this as we unfold the topic.
So andragogy, pedagogy, and learner-centric approach.
Right. And we can say that in the pedagogy, we talk about general theory and practice.
Okay.
In the andragogy, we focus more on the adult learner. And from that, we start focusing on learner-centered approach. The emphasis has shifted in one sentence from teacher-centered teaching to learner-centered learning. That is the paradigm shift.
Thank you, Professor Saab. Thank you very much for enlightening us. We are basically in conversation with Professor Satinder Dhiman, who comes from the Woodbury University. He's a president of ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry. And Professor Saab is now developing a series with us how to empower the education system in India while empowering the educators.
Through empowering the educators.
Through empowering the educators. Stay tuned. We are going to be together once again. And meanwhile, we would request you kindly subscribe our channel, youtube.com/GSMotivator. Or you could also meet us and you can like us, you can follow us, you can comment somewhere on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you very much, Professor Saab. And we take our audience to the next level in the next episode.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.